6 women, 3 runs, the best run counts. I'm joined by one of the most stylish men ever to strap into a snowboard in New Zealand. Many people call him the Karl Lagerfeld of the Southern Alps. It's Mr. Nick Hine. Nick, how you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you, Ed, and we've got a good day and a good halfpipe by the looks this morning.
Qualifying yesterday, very windy. Things have cleaned up, perfect sun. And as you say, the pipe looks like it's in perfect condition.
It certainly does, and I think we're going to actually see that pipe maybe even soften a little bit on that, the regular frontside wall, the left-hand wall here throughout the day. But yeah, still nice conditions up here.
Yeah, 8 degrees Celsius, perfect bluebird skies, light southeasterly wind at 2.8 meters a second, and the air temperature is rising. And that's the key figure. That is what will soften that left-hand wall of the half pipe as we look at it. This is the Southern Hemisphere's only super pipe, though, so let's take a closer look at it now. This is the Southern Hemisphere's only super pipe, and it is an absolute beauty. Shaped by Ali Zettner, it's 165 metres long and sits on a slope with an angle of 19 degrees. It's 19 metres wide and 4.5 metres deep, with a transition radius of 4.8 metres. I can get stuck into the details of that. 165 metres long, but the vertical angle at the top of the walls, it's not quite 90 degrees, is it, Nick?
No, it's a little bit sort of undervert. So, I mean, that's the thing. These guys, they're wanting to get that amplitude to really impress the judges, and when they go big, they're putting it all on the line. You've got to get that angle just right. A little bit too far one way, and you land up on top. It's basically like jumping off the balcony onto a flat angle. Go a little bit too far the other way, it's like jumping off a 2-story building onto a slight angle. So you've got to get it just right.
Okay, you can see the wax techs up there working to make sure the boards are in perfect condition and they can milk every ounce of speed out of this pipe. But one of the most confusing parts when it comes to pipe riding is how everyone is judged. So we sat down Andy Beggs earlier on in the week to find out his strategy.
For halfpipe, we're going to be running 3 runs, best run counts, and judging off overall impression. So for that, we're going to focus more on amplitude and execution, good variety, lack of repeated tricks, good differentials between tricks. We like to see that riders can spin all different directions, so not spinning the same way down the pipe, and then obviously do all that with good amplitude because it's harder to do tricks big. When the standard gets high, we start to look more at minor instabilities, like whether they grab cleanly or whether they grab their knees, or if there's a slight hand touch, an edge change in the middle. Anything we can do to separate them is what we're focusing on, and the cleanest and biggest runs will win.
Okay, that was the gospel according to the head judge, Adam Begg. You can see the technical director there, and then the 3 other judges, Matt Jennings, Marcus Betchart, and Milu Multhap from New Zealand.
Welcome everybody. Skiing and snowboarding women's halfpipe qualifications here at the Continental Cup. It's time for our next snowboarder. We're going back to back. This is our Japanese rider, Takara Tamada. Regular foot rider, jumping on natural stance. Skiing inside air there. Winding up for the backside 5 mute, putting that down. Side 5 mute, so back 5s, kicking out the mid, is she going to sneak on in? No, we're out of time. Happy about those. Be sure not to miss it, it's going to be an amazing day. Emily's just jumped into 3rd with a 69 second round score. That'll work, Emily. Our top 6 women go through to the finals today, ladies and gentlemen. 6 in snowboarding, 8 in ski. Here we go. Just picked up our next competitor with a frontside 5. It's Takara Tamada. Oh, not quite getting the 7 around, trying to uphill run.
As what we've got to come, come next Olympic cycle, and what we're going to see here today.
Okay, well, that's evidence here. Look at that lineup. 5 Chinese snowboarders and 1 Australian. So Emily Arthur qualified in 5th, so she'll drop 2nd. Then a couple of juniors there. The big name to look out for, Wu Xiaotong, had a really strong games in Korea, but Kai Zhu Tong one of the most powerful women in Chinese snowboarding, and one of the women who's challenged the likes of Kelly Clark and Chloe Kim.
Totally. I mean, Kai Shutong has definitely been up there with the world's best. She's beaten just about, anybody on their day she can beat. So we're going to see a very impressive 3 runs from Kai today.
I hope so. She had that beautiful run she put together. It was like she'd been studying Ben Ferguson or Danny Davis's run. She was opening with a big switch method last year, which is just, that's an incredibly difficult trick.
Super technical, super hard. And as the judges were saying earlier, they're going to be looking for variety in tricks. They want to be seeing tricks that nobody else is doing, maybe tricks that nobody else has even really thought of. And the switch method is a great example of that. The judges want to see these riders riding the wall switch. They want to see them riding them regular. They want to see front side. They want to see backside. Variation and uniqueness is definitely what we're going to be looking out for.
If you're wondering what was going on there, that is a pot of salt that the tech crew are chucking onto that sunny wall. And as the pipe wall melts, the salt actually helps it freeze and solidify again. So pipe should be in perfect condition as we get our first rider, Fu Jinya of China, just 16 years old. So one of this new generation of young Chinese riders who are looking to gain some experience.
Definitely a wee peek into the future here, Ed, of what China's national team are producing.
Well, it was interesting when we talk about Kai Shutong and Yifei Zhang, the initial riders who started turning up in the Turin Olympics in 2006, and then again in Vancouver. Those guys were the first generation of Chinese snowboarders, and they've just been emptied out of the gymnastics program.
They were. That's how the talent is sourced. If you can flip a couple of times upside down in a gymnasium, why not do it on a snowboard? Dropping in regular, Fu Jinya. Big frontside air, just missing the grab there. Backside 540 and just sliding out on the heels there. Just not quite having the consistency there at the top of the pipe. She'll be looking to run to redeem herself.
There's proper yin and yang, isn't there, as well? You can hear how soft and forgiving that sunny side of the pipe is, and then how icy and hard this right-hand wall is. Listen to that as she clipped the lip.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty firm on that backside wall. Backside being the wall that is on your heel side. And you can see she got good distance down the pipe, but she just got a little bit too much distance, not enough amplitude to bring it around.
Okay, so Fu Jinya, first run of 3. What you want to do ideally is lay down your stock run, a nice steady run on your first go, and then you've got 2 runs to really pull in your best run, haven't you?
Exactly. There's nothing more confidence building than getting one under your belt and really being able to unleash. Emily Arthur from Australia now at the top of the pipe. 19-year-old from Australia, has spent many a season in New Zealand, a lot of time in this Cardrona halfpipe. Let's see what she can deliver for us today. Regular footer, dropping in regular. Big, starting off with a spin at the top there, frontside 7 from Emily. Into a switch frontside 3 with a cheeky method at the end of it. Going for style points. Frontside 5, the frontside grab. Another method from Emily, getting a lot of hits down this pipe. And boom, big stale fish to finish things off. Definitely going for style there, Ed, and making it look good.
Really, really nice. Well, we talked about it straight away. You want to lay down one of your stock runs, and she's done exactly that. She's got a really solid run under her belt.
Yeah, I would say that would have been her modus operandi for this first run, and she's achieved it.
There you go. That frontside 5, a little nose bone on the tuck knee on it. The method, we talked about that the other day, the snowboarder's fingerprint.
And that last hit, you got to love that last hit. Nice stale fish.
Okay, let's hear from Emily.
Well, Emily, that was impressive. Always good to lay one down first up.
Yeah, always good to learn one first try, and now 2 more runs and I can kind of just have fun and muck around.
Well, she's essentially breaking up the party of the Chinese national championships here as the only Australian in amongst the 5 Chinese. It'll be interesting to see how she does.
Yeah, with a score of 61, that'll be the score to beat for Junji Wang of China.
Okay, so Wang just setting herself up.
She's still only 16 years of age. A couple of good results though, 11th at the Mammoth World Cup. Goofy footer, dropping in goofy. Front side, just tapping the grab there.
Yeah, it was a tickle, wasn't it? You want to see a stronger grab on a straight air.
Backside 540. Front side 720, linking this together quite nicely. Just losing a little amplitude there on the switch front side 3. And then a front side 3 to finish things off. So good at the top and just mellowing things out at the bottom there, Ed. Do you think she lost a little speed there and that really affected what she was able to do?
Yeah, potentially, but when I watch this one and you break it up, you've got what are essentially the building blocks of a basic pipe run. So you've got that straight air, then the front 7, so she's 7 to 7, then she'll work on, I think she went 3 to 3, so she's just essentially building this run up. It's not like slopestyle where you're faced with a lot of different types of jumps and man-made rails that you can interpret different tricks on. This is a building block, and it will be 10, 15 years in the making to put a good solid run together, but 50 points kind of reflects that. It's like, there's your stock standard beginner pipe run.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty obvious there. I mean, she's just trying to get one down, and she's done exactly that. And as noted, Ed, you need to link your tricks together. You can't just sort of, if you land switch after one hit, you can't just do 180 at the bottom of the pipe. The judges will be very harsh on you for doing that. So, like you said, 3 to 3s and 7 to 7s are the building blocks for a great run. At the top now.
Wu Xiaotong, 5th at the Youth Olympic Winter Games in Oslo in 2016. That gave a little marker of her promise, and she's boosting that
big
indie.
First hit. Front side hit there. Coming out of that fakie somehow. I couldn't even see that on the camera. Switch front side 7. Front side 540. Into a backside 540, so linking the 5s and the 7s there. She should be relatively happy with that. Maybe just a couple of grabs that could be worked on.
And just down at the bottom there, the amplitude again. We heard Andy Beggs say this, the head judge. Oh, look at that boot grab, or binding grab even. The judges will hate that. Body grabs and boot grabs are way off limits, not to mention serious style crimes. So, yeah, Wu Xiaotong, a little bit of tidying up to do on that one.
Nice to see a little bit of amplitude at the top there, Ed. I think the style is the next thing to work on, which we may see in runs 2 and 3 from Wu Xiaotong.
I'd like to see this amplitude blast through. Yes, and you have. That's exactly what we talked about, amplitude being key there. And that has pushed Wu Xiaotong up into the top spot. 15 points of daylight between her and the Australian Emily Arthur. But we're coming into the top qualifiers now. Kui Leng of China.
And Kui Leng, the score that she has to beat is her fellow teammates of 76.66. Will we see it here? Regular footer dropping in. Nice stylish drop in there. Big crippler to start things off at the top. Getting inverted. Backside grab on the backside wall. Front side 540, turning it into a 720. Getting away with murder there in terms of edge catches.
Oh, she literally presented the toe edge to the lip. That is the worst thing you can do. You essentially get scorpioned if that digs in. But she managed to wash it round and got away with it. But the judges, again, that's execution. This was lovely, though. Crippler is essentially a backflip or a barrel roll on the wall, and she had plenty of height on that.
Beautiful style on the first hit. To that backside grab. And then this hit here, I saw her life flash before her eyes here. Oh!
So close.
Kui Leng.
So a get out of jail free card played by Kui Leng there. The 22-year-old is not giving anything away with the full face and head covering there. We can't tell her emotions, but I imagine deep within that somewhere, she's making the face feel, just got away with that one. So judges taking their time. Current top spot, 76.66. I don't think we're going to see that troubling it. No, 52 points for Kui Leng. So 5 women down in these first runs, just 1 left to drop. Cai Zhutong, the seasoned campaigner from China and arguably their most successful half-pipe female snowboarder of all time. 5th in Korea, 6th in Sochi, 23rd in Vancouver, where she was actually the youngest competitor in 2010 at the Winter Olympics.
And certainly no stranger to the Winter Games NZ either. Cai Zhutong, we've seen her in this half-pipe multiple times. And let's see what she's capable of. Our number 1 qualifier, her teammate score of 76.66 to win. Goofy footer, dropping in and just going monstrous on hit 1. Backside 540.
5577 is it going to be?
Frontside 720 with the frontside grab there. Switch, frontside 7, and opting for the slash rather than one more hit there. Great run from Kai Shu Tong.
Brilliant, perfect example of if you're looking at all of these young Chinese riders and you're saying, this should be your stock run. She comes in, massive frontside 540. She's over the cameraman's head there. Coming in backside 540, so she's linked the 2 5s together where you take off forwards and land forwards, and then it's the 2 720s.
She looks like she's in another league here. I mean, the rest of the Chinese crew will be really looking up to Kai Shu Tong here and seeing how she rides this pipe and makes it look so effortless.
Okay, well that was very much within Kai Shu Tong's ability. Let's see how she felt about it.
So Yutong, plenty of air at the top. Happy with the run?
Yes, so happy, and today the weather is so good.
And the pipe itself?
The pipe is really good. On the right side it was a little soft, but it's all good.
Thank you.
Okay, the 25-year-old Ada Harbin very happy with that first run through there, and she rounds out the first run. So an 87.66, a full 11 points between her and Wu Xiaotong. Emily Arthur, she qualified in 5th, makes it into the top 3.
That's right. Probably have been looking up to Kai for a long time, and they're going to be looking up to her going on from here as well, because she really put together a strong run, you know, especially for sort of her safety run there. And Emily Arthur stopping the current clean sweep from China. So good style points for Emily in that first run.
100%, and she's got that lovely platform down. So Fu Jinya currently on a 13.33. She's just waiting to drop in, but you can see on the flags down the side of the pipe there, no wind whatsoever. Maybe actually a tiny gentle breeze blowing left to right as we look down. But that shadow line has pulled off the wall and it's into the flat bottom now. So what you were talking about, Nick, the fact that that snow in the bottom of the pipe is going to be getting softer and softer. It's no longer just on the wall, so it's not affecting takeoff. It's actually affecting the drive across the bottom of the pipe and how much speed you can carry into that front side or sunny wall.
Totally, and as the pipe gets older, essentially, you just get little bumps that sort of come in, and they can really throw you off when you're going as fast as these guys. And you know, as soon as they land the hit on one wall, they're looking to the next wall. They're not really thinking about the flat bottom. So if there's bumps in the flat bottom, it can really throw them off. But they're used to this. I mean, it's the same for everybody, and the pipe is in great condition. So I don't think we're going to see too many issues here.
Now, I haven't seen him up on the top of the pipe yet, but I know that Bud Keane, Sean White's old coach, will be up there. He's been coaching for China for the last couple of years, and I imagine he's been instrumental in turbocharging the progression of this team.
Certainly, Bud Keane is a coach who knows his way around a half pipe, and he's seen many Olympic athletes achieve, the likes of Sean White. And currently with Chinese riders in 1st and 2nd place, looks like we may be seeing more results unless Emily can really throw down. Bib number 38, Fu Jinya. Regular footer. Front side here, just getting a little wobbly there. Backside 540. Coming out of it with plenty of speed. Just getting into a crazy cork there, but coming around for the front side 7. Switch front side 3 with a bit of a sort of raise the roof in the middle of that. Just pulling through.
Classic example of snowboarding where the confidence and the composure isn't there. And it's excuses for the judges. Just those arm wobbles like that where you can see that she doesn't have the composure.
No, I mean, she had some good tricks near the backside 540. A lot of amplitude at the
This
top.
one?
The frontside 7, I don't think she was meaning to get into that cork. I think she spun it a little bit flatter than hoped, but she pulled it off. She pulled it off a lot better than last time.
And it was the biggest trick of her run as
It
well.
was.
Plenty of amplitude in there.
If only she could have backed it up with a switch frontside 3, but she just didn't quite get the grab on that. So the judges will knock her for that, but we'll see where Fu Jinya ends up after run 2. She's still got one more in the bag.
So 13.33 is her current score. 46.33 is her new score. Unfortunately, it's Wang Jianji in 5th on 50 points. So she will not overtake her, and she will sit in 6th place for that third and final run. A lot of pressure on Fu Xinya. Next in, we have Emily Arthur. Great first run from her, put her in 3rd position with 61 points.
Emily Arthur, she has definitely spent a little bit of time in this Cardrona halfpipe. Being from down under, frontside 720, first hit for Emily. Just trying to keep her speed up there with a switch frontside 7 into the next wall, frontside 540. Just trying to get a little bit more height here towards the end. Method coming through with the style points. And a big stale fish to finish things off for Emily. Beautiful run style-wise. I just think the amplitude wasn't quite there, Ed.
Well, it's the same as her first run, but we haven't seen anything mixed up. And exactly as you said, the amplitude, she was almost under the lip there on the switch 7.
That was almost like a legitimate Caballerial 720. It was off the tail. Emily really coming through with some unique tricks here, and I love that last hit. Beautiful bone out on that frontside air.
Okay, let's see how Emily feels about this.
What are we going to see in the next run?
Oh, you know, got to keep that hush-hush for now, but I think we'll be adding another rotation to my run.
Ooh, sneaky little insight there. It'd be interesting to see where that goes, whether it's the 7 to 7 at the top, whether she adds something up there.
Or is it going to be the last hit? Is she going to do something big on the last hit? I don't think it's going to be. I think you might be right there with the top rotations.
Okay, interesting. Judges have seen an extra 0.66 in that run, so she got 61 for the first run score. Second run gets to 61.66. So it doesn't change her position, staying in 3rd for the moment. Next in, we are Wang Jianji of China. Just 16 years old. Skipping into the pipe. I want to see a bit more aggression there as she pumps through that first transition, but a solid straight air.
Backside 540, dangerously close to a Tindy on that first hit. Frontside 720, just going for the melon grab there. Switch frontside 720, just not quite having the amplitude to pull it around and land back on her toe side edge. So not the run that Jianji would have been looking for.
Come on then, let's get stuck into a bit of snowboard style education. We're going to get it here. The Tindy. Oh, it's... The tail grab is when you grab right on the tail. The Indy is anything you do with your backhand between your feet on your toe edge. But if you grab anywhere between the tail and behind the back foot, then it becomes a Tindy. And it's a bit pedantic, yes, but you have to have rules in sports, especially style ones, and the Tindy is one of the ultimate style crimes. So, Wang Jianji, I'm sure we'll learn about the Tindy in due course. But now it is the turn of Wu Xiaotong. She has got a very impressive run on her, currently in 2nd, 76.66.
Yes, if there's one rider that can knock Kai out of that top spot, it is all. It's not going to be in run 2. Wu Xiaotong just having a rough start there. A little bit too much pop. It looked like she was a bit too heavy on her heel edge as she took off the lip there, Ed.
And you could hear there was that dull thud of the snow, which on ice like this means that they've come down really, really hard.
Exactly. And I think there's sort of that panic moment mid-air that you could see her when that realization. There it is, right there.
Winding the windows down.
Oh, and just grabbing her edge as well.
Winding the windows down in a Messerschmitt bubble car. That looked like a frantic maneuver. Just 2 points for Wu Xiaotong. But she's got that 76.66 to fall back on. So she will stay in 2nd, just ahead of Emily Arthur. Back up to the top now. Bib 34, Kui Leng, another one of these up-and-coming Chinese talents. You can see how much effort Chinese national snow team are putting into developing young snowboarders and free skiers ahead of the Beijing Games in 3 years' time.
Dropping in now, Bib 34. Man! massive crippler. So much style too from Ki Ling. Backside air, just dropping a little amplitude there. Frontside 720 with the lip tap. Switch frontside 3, just losing a little bit of height there towards the bottom. Frontside 540, she's put it down, but I don't think it's enough to bump her up from 4th. Is it going to knock Emily out of that 3rd place spot? That's the question we need to ask.
This is a classic work in progress for me. You've got an amazing crippler first hit. One of the biggest hits we've seen out of anyone, barring Kai Zhutong. But then the rest of the run, it's just not quite race ready.
No, I think that's really going to hurt her there. It's the spins that have let her down. Her flips were really nice. Like you said, first hit crippler, beautiful. But it's not up to us, it's up to the judges.
So 48, so not enough of an improvement for Qui Lang. She's going to sit on that 52-point score. Tell you what, got some real congestion between 4th and 6th. So there's quite a little fight going on there between some of the junior Chinese riders. But at the top of the table, at the moment, this comp belongs to Kai Zhutong, 25-year-old Chinese, has been riding at Olympic level for nearly a decade. And she is well used to super pipe riding.
That's right, head and shoulders above the rest of the competition so far. Big frontside 540 for Kai Zhutong. Backside 540. Her own score of 87.66 to beat, coming through with the air to fakie, adding in some style halfway down the pipe. Switch, frontside 720. And an alley-oop. So 2 pretty standard tricks in there, just putting them for style, Ed, and showing that she knows her way around a half pipe, and years of experience really, really showing through there.
Yeah, at the moment she has 11 points of gap, fresh air between her and Wu Xiaotong. And I think this could actually extend it. The execution in here is perfect.
Yeah, there's a lot of style at that air to fakie. The judges are going to be wanting to see unique tricks that nobody else is doing, and that air to fakie certainly is one.
Yeah, Kai Zhutong cooking up this run from a very different recipe, and I think the judges are going to like it. Let's hear from Kai.
Oh, and that run gets a 94.66.
That alley-oop looked really impressive. Happy with run 2?
Yes, I'm so happy, and I just wanted to do one alley-oop. Thank you.
Oh, and the judges have sent it as a reward. 94.66. That is a massive score. You can see Kai waiting for it there. I want to see her reaction when she realizes. But Kai is going to push her up even further out of reach. Nearly 20 points clear of Wu Xiaotong. Yeah, and you can see her celebrating that one.
Nice.
Wow, interesting. The judges really were rewarding that variety and style and execution. And she had the amplitude there as well. I mean, she's been in a different league, and she's just putting her exclamation point on those first 2 runs. She'll be very, very hard to take down from here as Kai Zhutong.
Yeah, but we've got a great battle for 4th to 6th shaping up there. I want to see that one heat up in the 3rd and final runs.